Hi everyone, I'm Biagio Venditti and you're watching the Permanent Brain Press.
Hi everyone, it's Chloe with the Permanent Rain Press. Today I'm happy to be joined once again by Biagio Venditti. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks Chloe. How are you?
I'm good, thank you for asking. First off, how were your holidays and how has your winter season been so far?
Yeah, I spent my holidays here in Rome this year with my family. Also because 10 days after Christmas, I had to leave for this new project I'm working on, and you know it. I was very good with my friends who were also in Rome. And with my friends, for example, already at the beginning of December, we started to go to the ice rings, ice skating rings. And we had a lot of fun. And for this, I can say that in Rome, here in Rome, Christmas is one of the best periods and times, because the city is fantastic, especially in the center.
And ice skating's always really fun. Had you
Yeah,
been ice skating before, or was this kind of the
yeah,
first?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's like to have fun with my friends or with my family, not like seriously or like sport.
Yeah, it's always fun to kind of like, there's no pressure. You're just like you
Yeah.
mentioned, having fun with family and friends. Well, that's great. And you've
It's
been really
very fun
busy.
to fall. Yeah, it's very fun for me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm sure with ice skating, there's a lot of sometimes falls. You just pick yourself back up and you go again. And yeah, it's a great kind of sport and activity to do. Moving on to Diari, part two of the second season, Daniele, your character, he says he's tired of being the third wheel to Mirko and Bianca, and he lies to Mirko about having a new boyfriend. Can you talk about Daniele's feelings and why he lied?
but I think that Daniele certainly lied to convince himself to actually to be fine. He thought he saw happiness in Mirko without him and his in his relationship with Bianca. So maybe feeling maybe too much in the life of Mirko, he also needed, actually to create a world of his own to feel good with others and to convince himself.
Such a good way to say it because sometimes it's easier to lie than to tell the truth. Like you mentioned, for
Yeah,
him, he had to convince himself that he was doing okay, and it kind of just I'm sure came out. And you kind of say it in the show too. He's like, "Why did I lie?" But he at that
yeah,
point he kind of had to. We did get to see Kevin from MadDogs again, who you said in our last interview was your real life dance teacher. So how was it getting to spend more time with Kevin in the show and then getting to dance together?
yeah. Surely having Kevin next to me, I I definitely felt more comfortable with what I was doing there. I was bringing a part of me on set of myself, and he definitely encouraged and helped me to do this. I want to say that it's always great to dance with him, and especially because in this case, his presence pointed out that what we were doing behind requires a great job, which apparently cannot seem from the others. So it was very important his presence for me.
You did a great job. I just love the little routines. I know they were kind of short, but you had a couple different ones in episode 11. So it was nice to see that transfer onto the screen. Well, Daniele is, busy with dance and with Kevin just to work on his dancing. Mirko is very interested in Daniele's love life. He keeps asking him to meet up and go to the bonfire. Did Daniele, in your opinion, think anything was off with Mirko during this time?
In my opinion, Daniele was very, as you said, busy with everything. He was inventing everything, and so everything we said before. So surely he noticed how Mirko responded to his provocations, and maybe that was the thing, also the thing which pushed him to continue this game. So yeah, he noticed something, but he was very busy to invent and create that world uh, about we were talking.
It probably did make him like you mentioned, it pushed him to continue kind of the lie that he had a boyfriend because maybe in
Yeah,
the back of his mind he didn't know what Mirko was thinking, but he was like, oh, like it kind of feels good, to be wanted and to be asked what I'm doing
yeah.
all the time by him. Yeah, that's a good point. Take me through filming the scene between Danny and Mirko at the end of episode 11. Like, did hearing about Mirko and Bianca's breakup affect Daniele and how honest he was with Mirko in that moment?
I actually don't think that Daniele was happy to know they they were no longer together and they broke up. Uh, Always because he, as a person, has always tried, to put others first of all, and especially Mirko and Mirko's problems. So simply he saw maybe a chance in what he had to do for months and kept inside. So uh, talk with Mirko about his uh, love for him, and he's sure that Mirko is it's it's okay with Bianca and when he's with him. So it's the important for Daniele is that Mirko is feeling good. So yeah, not happy, but he saw a chance in the
Yeah.
situation.
There's definitely like an opportunity there, but at that moment, like you mentioned, he doesn't know that Mirko's interested in him. So he does think that Mirko is sad about it because Daniele knows how happy they were together from
Yeah.
what he saw. When Mirko says, I'm into you, Danny, and kisses him, what kinds of thoughts do you think are going through Daniele's mind?
I think that Daniele has discharged and discharged that burden and felt simply free, understood from Mirko, from himself, and purely serene. So he finally had what he wanted from 2 seasons, and now he had to dedicate time to himself and to himself with the person he wanted. So finally, he solved most of his problems, And for this, I can say that in this season, the arch of my character ends here.
It was a very long wait for him from the first season to kind of have that full circle moment, but it was such a sweet scene between the two of you. And after that, on Pantarosa, when they're an official couple, Daniele and Bianca, they finally convinced Mirko to face his fears and sing in public in front of 3D. Why was it so important for Danny to help Mirko face this fear and do it with Bianca?
Uh, I think that Daniele, he did what he always did with Mirko. So finding his insecurity and making it like kind of special in the eyes of Mirko. So has to get all these insecurities out. So doing this, he found that Bianca can also do it, and I think that he understood that it's a good thing. And the important thing is that Mirko, with her and with both at his side, was fine. So that was important, especially for Mirko. Seeing Daniele and Bianca together would have been a great extra security for all these problems.
And did you and Pietro Sparvoli, who of course plays Mirko, did you talk about your characters' relationships at all, or before, during the scenes that you filmed together?
Yeah, I think that after 2 years working together, uh, Pietro and I understood our our characters. So I understood Mirko almost like Daniele. So yes, we talked about this, and I found myself professionally very well with Pietro. We have very clear ideas of the scenes we want to do together, and about the connection we're going to create in that scene.
And as you mentioned before, it's been 3 years since you've known this cast and have gotten to work with them. So it's great that you can kind of have your characters grow together as well. Were you surprised when you read the scripts and you saw that Daniele and Mirko would become an official couple at the end of the season, or did you guess that this would happen?
Honestly, I was expecting him a hit because we were very pressed by everyone, by the fans who asked us to make together and Mirko and Daniele, the two characters, and yeah, I like the idea, so I expected it, but that was a great surprise for me because I was thinking to all of you that you wanted this. So when I read the script of the episode 11, I almost didn't believe it. So I don't know. I'm not sad for Bianca because surely this situation, as was for Daniele last year, so in the first season, this situation has helped her surely to mature and understanding many things, even of herself, and maybe soon her time will come. I don't know.
She was a great addition to the cast, and her character, I think, will come out stronger. But
Yeah.
you can't deny that obviously a lot of people are happy for Daniele and Mirko. And I know in our last interview, you were kind of almost hinting at it. You're like, you'll see what's to come. And I was like, oh, that's interesting because I didn't know that it would happen so
Did
soon.
you wait? Did you expect it, the end game of
I
Daniel?
have to say that I did not. No. I think
No?
I mean there was that moment when the three of them were kind of hanging out and then Mirko
Yeah.
looked like at Bianca and then he looked at Daniela and I was like, "Oh, is there something
He-
there?" But at the beginning of the season, I definitely did not expect it because I thought like he was happy with Bianca, but
yeah.
I think it took Daniele to tell him he had a new boyfriend to kind of
Yeah.
make him think like, oh, maybe I'm not so happy. And yeah, so it was great. And I loved how we kind of got to see it happen over a few episodes where he was always like asking Danny, what's up? Like I want to hang out with you. So it was great. And I did like seeing you two together at the end. I know
Yeah.
that you filmed the Pantarosa scenes on Ischia. So what can you tell me about that location to film at or any of the Pantarosa memories that you have?
We shot the scene always so on the island of Ischia, in a beautiful beach that was very big and it was a beautiful day. It was fantastic. The week of Pantarosa, because it was 1 week only to record Pantarosa, was fantastic, but I was very tired at the end of the week I was like dead, like this. It was, I don't know how to explain it. And I remember during the scene, like, you know, when just before I went to Mirko and Bianca to convince Mirko to sing. During the scene, I was playing, you know, like flying saucer. I don't know if
Yeah,
you.
frisbee. Yeah, we call it frisbee.
Okay, frisbee. I was playing frisbee with Sophie and Liam, and I was having a lot of fun because I remember that we were doing like this game in the game. So every time the frisbee fell, we had to like dance. So imagine Liam dancing all the time that the frisbee fell. And during the scene, I was laughing a lot. So it was very.
I love seeing the group scenes. Like 3D came together when they went to the principal about Katya and Sarah. They had the bullies read the apology script, and then just all of the Pantarosa scenes, really. How nice is it to have these group scenes with everyone in one place?
You know, having all of us different and divided people's lines in the series, when we then gather in the choral group scenes where we all met, was a great thing because it was beautiful because you know, in these scenes you see others and what others have learned in over the months, over the weeks, because maybe I had only scenes with Pietro and Fiamma, so maybe I didn't uh, do like scenes for some days with Flavia, and then you know, we met in choral scenes, and it was beautiful to see what others have learned. So surely our relationships in real life went to create a great harmony in the scenes that appears, or I think much more realistic the scenes.
And that's so wonderful because, like you mentioned, you don't always have scenes with these specific people, but coming together because you've been working together for like 3 years now, it kind of, I think, comes naturally, like this natural chemistry between all of you. How would you say Daniele has changed and grown as a person at the end of season 2, given everything that he's been through?
Yeah, actually, I think that Daniel is certainly grown from the situationship with Mirko. So he understood that he had to think about happiness to grow and to feel good. So certainly he has learned, you know, that passions must be cultivated, and even if they seem like impossible to realize, and that is worth being oneself, even if the world seems to go against it. So yeah, he grew a lot in this season.
I love that. And it's not only, I think, with Mirko and with love, like being honest with that, but also through dance. I really loved that kind of arc or storyline that you had this season with dance. How have you grown personally and been challenged as an actor through your time on DI4RI these past 2 seasons?
I really grown a lot. So because that's the period in which the period in which I filmed Diary, is the period in which, you know, someone begins to grow from 14 to 17 and discover himself. So working on set, maybe grow up, faster than normal person. And I learned to just think about myself and to be like attentive to the details and to really follow my goals seriously and to say my opinion, to fight anxiety. So, also to think about to my future as an actor, as a student, as a person. So yeah, I agree a lot. I agree a lot, and I'm very happy about this.
It sounds like it was very like valuable for you, like you mentioned, both in your career and personally, which is what you really want to take out of a new project and experience like this. In season 2 of the show, what storyline surprised you the most?
Actually, absolutely, Pietro and Isabel, because when I read the script, I was like, what was he? And I remember that I called Sophia, like screaming, like, Sophia, what's going on? And it was like super interesting to see how the two characters could end up together and like see Sophia and Andrea in real life working together on this new line of the series. And I really liked them and all the story, and I'm I'm very proud of them.
Are you a team Isa Pietro or team Olivia Pietro?
No, I don't know. Actually, I don't know it because I love Pietro and Livia, but that story with Isabel, that's not bad.
You're like, it could go either way for you because I couldn't decide between the two. I thought, both of them had like such good
Mm.
chemistry and like stories at separate points. If the show is renewed for season 3, what would you like to explore with Daniele, both personally and any kind of with 3D as a whole? What do you want to see?
Actually, I'm curious to see what they choose to do in high school. As much as we all want them together, without any doubts, it's right from them to go to the high school that they want to do more, thinking to themselves, and um, it's right that they pursue their passions and to cultivate them and get to the future. And so I'm sure that, however, they will reclaim these years of middle school every day, so in their life forever. And talking about Daniele, I would like to see Daniele put uh, into practice everything that he learned in these 2 years um, in the high school. I'm very curious. And I'm curious to see if Daniele actually has a thought to to his parents because we didn't see it.
It would be nice to see more of some of these characters' lives at home. So, fingers crossed for a new season. Your character has a lot of support on social media. There are so many fans who love Danny and Mirko, say they're endgame, happy for their happy ending. What message do you have for these fans?
So, guys, I thank you all because you gave us so much, strength, and certainly in every scene that Pietro and I were doing, uh, we we was thanking you. So I'm very proud of me, of us, of Pietro, and of you because we did it all together.
Have you been seeing a lot of the fan edits that have come out since part 2 has been released?
Yeah, on TikTok, like that. I don't know, like it's crazy thinking that there are people spend like hours working on our face making a video. It's like how could it be possible? So I'm very happy about this.
Yeah, people are very creative with what they do and the video edits and everything. Every time I speak with you, you are working on a new project. In October, it was the last week of September, and you have a new film that you just started. What kind of details can you share with me?
Yes, yeah, they are very demanding and busy months for me, above all because my studies are more and more numerous because I'm the third year of the high school, but I'm putting all my energy into it, and I hope you can all will see the great results. And we are now recording across the snow in the mountains, in Cortina d'Ampezzo, and I'm with great actors here in Italy, and I'm learning a lot, and I'm very excited. I don't know what I have to say. I'm very excited thinking about all these new projects, and I'm very happy. I'm working on it. So yeah.
It's good to see you're still working. I have a fun question for you to end things off. Who would you rather face in a fight and why? One horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
But I think one horse-sized duck because I don't like ducks. Like mm, I I don't like it. So I have they're like mm, no, I don't like it. So I think one horse-sized duck, and horses are lovely. Why I have to fight with them with him? So but yes, one horse-sized duck, I think.
Okay, so you just want the one slightly bigger animal instead of 100 smaller animals, based is what you were saying.
Yeah, yeah,
That's the same answer I got from Flavia and Sophia. They both said that it would be harder to fight 100 uh ones than one bigger one, but I like
yeah.
it.
Actually, yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Biagio, for taking the time to catch up. It's always so nice to talk with you and see what you've been up to.
Thank you, Chloe.
For all those watching, you can catch Biagio in DI4RI. Season 2 is out on Netflix, including part 2, which is episodes 8 to 14. New projects upcoming from him, and we will see you next time.
Bye, Chloe. Thanks.